getting older, the doubts are creeping in, and your friends are beginning to talk about quitting football. Eventually, they'll all fall like dominoes. People are talking about what type of job they want to have when they're older. Things like scientist, pilot, and business owner are being thrown around. But what happened? Because just a few years ago, all these people said they wanted to be professional footballers. This is worrying you too. Is my dream realistic? Am I going to make it? If you've experienced any of that, then I want you to know that I went through it too. When I was younger, I was never in an academy, and at school, I certainly wasn't super academic. I was not getting A's. And this kind of left me in a position where my future felt undecided. Am I going to be an athlete? Am I going to get a normal job? And we had a careers meeting when I was 16 years old. And one of my teachers asked me, what do I want to do when I'm older? Because, you know, it was getting serious. People are thinking about going to college. People are thinking about doing A-levels. And I said, I want to be a professional footballer. And you know what her response was? She laughed. Not because she was mocking me or in a mean way. She genuinely found it funny that I wanted to be a professional footballer. Just 3 years on, and I made my debut for a professional club. And I'm getting closer every single day to that professional contract. But in that moment, I could have chosen to be realistic. I could have said something like, you know, at school I was interested in history. I could have said I wanted to be a historian. Something more realistic, but my heart said footballer. And this is the sad truth, guys. Everyone around you is going to quit the sport. It's pretty much as simple as that. Every kid, as they get older, the dream slips away from them. They think, it's not realistic anymore, I can't do it. And they start to settle for something less than what their childhood dream was. Every dad that watches on the TV, at the back of their mind, they all wish they were playing. They all wish that they were in that position, but they're not. They're watching. I didn't want to quit my dream. I didn't want to let my younger self down. I just couldn't do it. So today, guys, what I'm going to be talking to you about is why you need to be the last man standing. That means never quitting. Look, I'll tell you straight up. You see all your friends around you, those guys who say they want to be professional footballers, everyone who plays, they're going to quit, okay? They're just going to quit. They get to 16, 18, education becomes more of a priority. They start being realistic, thinking about a job. All these guys are going to quit. And the reason why is because they don't see the vision. They just start to lose sight of their childhood dream and they quit. And for me, that was too much of a terrible feeling. And I couldn't face that feeling. I was not willing to let go of the dream. And I want you guys to have the same mindset. Because although these guys, although they quit football and they might go into another job and have a perfectly good career and a happy life, they'll think about football from time to time. They'll just think about it. They'll think, what if I carried on? And that is a terrible feeling. The feeling of regret is something that you should never have. And this is why you cannot quit the sport. Because you can go into another life, but you'll think about it at the back of your mind. You think, what if I just tried a bit harder? What if I just carried on playing? And I'll literally never quit, because imagine those guys who laughed at you back in the day, those people who said, you'll never be a footballer, those who doubted you. As soon as they say that, they can still be wrong, right? Because no one knows, it's just a little statement, it means nothing. But as soon as you quit, they were right. They were just completely right about you this whole time. So you can never let these people win. And I don't care how unrealistic the dream is. You cannot let your younger self down. That little kid of you, imagine that younger version of you who was just there, just saying, I want to be a footballer, it's my dream. Imagine you today being yourself now and just going, sorry mate, I'm letting you down, I'm not doing it. I just don't think that you can do that to yourself personally. I think that's unfair on your younger self. So you say you want to be a professional footballer, so you have to become one. And I want you to think about it like this. All these people that you're competing with right now, they're all gonna quit. You might know one person at 18 who's still playing football. And I know people say that when you're younger, that's when you can improve the most. And while that is true, when you're older is when you actually see the benefits of your hard work. Youth football is all a bit wishy-washy. No one knows how good anyone actually is. But when you get into the men's football league system, that's when you truly know and you see the benefits of all your hard work. Whether it's hundreds of people watching you, thousands of people watching you, getting professional photos taken of you, or even just getting paid to play football, that is a feeling that pretty much 99.9% of people will never experience, truly, because they just didn't see the vision and they quit by taking the easy route out. And the other side of this is, if you're a truly competitive person, you can literally beat 99% of the competition just by being an absolute brute. Just being that relentless person who gets no results, but he continues to work week in, week out, while all those people quit, and you keep going, even if they were miles better than you. If you just never quit, you're going to be a whole lot better than all of these people that you were once playing with. And when you apply this sort of mentality to football, you don't just win in football. This mentality is something that turns you in from a little boy to an actual man. Just having that relentless mindset where you just work like an absolute dog, no matter what happens. This is a mindset that pretty much no one else can have. And it's something that takes a whole long time to achieve. So even if you don't make it to the Prem, like I said, just getting that mindset, just having that mindset of just working relentlessly is such a skill to have. And look, I know guys who are enjoying their life and still getting paid to play football, upwards of like £500 a game. And for those of you who don't really understand that, that's a good bit of money for still having a life and doing other things and football not being your profession. And again, most people, everyone around you, they would absolutely kill for that, but they will never ever reach that level in football because they just simply don't have it inside of them to just keep going no matter what happens. So if you just continually work, you can pretty much guaranteed achieve that just simply by never ever quitting, just training super hard week in, week out. And trust me, even if you don't make it to the Prem, you can make it to one of the lower professional leagues and you still achieve the dream that no one else can have. And the reason why this works is because obviously if you have no talent and stuff, it's going to be more difficult. But just trust me that there aren't enough footballers, young footballers, who have this mindset of I'm gonna get to the bat, I'm gonna get the result. I'm gonna work day in, day out. There are not enough people in the world with that mentality to compete with you. So if you just apply this mindset of I'm going to be the last one standing, I don't care what happens. I could get injured 7 times. I could get 10 red cards. I could play terrible for 3 seasons. I could be rejected 1,000 times, but I'm just never ever going to quit. If you just apply this mindset, no one else has it. And if no one else has this mindset and you have it, you will improve so much more than these people. And eventually, when they will start to quit, you keep rising slowly. You might be terrible at football, but if you just never quit, you'll be better than everyone else because everyone else is going to quit, man. I promise you. So listen, be an absolute dog, be relentless, and just be difficult to destroy. Be the last man standing. And trust me, if you apply that sort of mentality to your game, you will improve rapidly for one, and as well as that, you'll improve longer than others. And when you improve longer than others, you increase your chances of making it. Just apply that mentality, and that's how you get the results. By the way, if you do want extra help at improving in football, then click the first link in the description because my technical masterclass will be there. But there's only 28 spots left, and I'll be closing the program down at 300 students so I can focus on my students and make sure that they get the results that they deserve. Just to show off some of the results that it's got already, Ali got into a youth national team and won the Under-20 Women's World Cup. Sherlock, he got a trial for Brighton Academy, which is a Premier League academy, and Sanad won player of the tournament in the Dubai Cup. These are just a few that I can think of the top of my head, and there's hundreds others. So the masterclass will be shutting down very shortly. If I could predict a time, it would be in around 20 days from now. So make sure you go grab it while you can, and I'll see you in the next one.